Hi, everyone. This is Miss Rapp. We are doing Algebra 2, Unit 5, Lesson 10, pages 25 to 28. Let's get started. So today we are doing systems of quadratic inequalities. So systems means multiple equations. Inequality means shading. So we're graphing and we're shading. So our opener, graph the system of linear inequalities. Do not forget to shade. Guys, I'm now realizing that there was a printing error with these, so you can't really see my lines. I'm going to do my best to graph these, so just bear with me. So this first one, 2x plus 6, so that's here. And I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And then let me grab a ruler. This is going to be a dashed line. So it says less than. So less than is below. So I know my shading is going to go like that. The next one, my point they give me is -1, -4. And this is going to be a solid line. And I'm going to go down 2 over 1. So it looks like this. Remember, I'm just trying my best. That's going to be a solid line. And this is y is greater than is above. And so my final answer is where the shading intersects. So it's not here. It's not here. It's not here. It has to be here. What do we know about graphing inequalities? We know about solid dashed lines. And we know about shading. What do we know about graphing systems? We're going to shade the overlap where both inequalities are true. Okay, let's get in some practice. So these are quadratic. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to use our graphing skills of quadratics, but then our shading skills. So here my vertex is 3, 8, and my a equals -2. So it's going to face down. I want to know when y is less than. So less than is going to be below the vertex. So let's just look at this first. So 3. Right there. Yeah. And I'm going to go over 1, down 2. I'm going to go over 1, down 6. So 1, that would hit right there at the x-intercept, which is 5 and, what is that, 5 and 1. And so this is going to be a solid line. So I want to know when my y value, when the graph is less than. So this would be less than my vertex. Because this is my highest point. So everything smaller will be below. I want to know when the y value, so I want to know when the height is smaller than the function. Oh, well, the height is smaller than my picture, all below. Okay, let's try number 3. Okay, everyone, to make this easier, I'm just going to use my whiteboard. I'm going to use my whiteboard for the rest of these just because I really want you to be able to see these graphs and I don't want them to be confusing. And I tried using the paper, but I didn't love it. So let's do number 3 on my whiteboard. So let's have a setup. Okay, so number 3 says, I'll write them down here. y is greater than 2x minus 2 squared minus 6. And I'll do the other one in purple. You guys know I like doing two different colors. Y is less than 2x minus 4. I'll start with that linear one. So y is less than 2x minus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this is already so much easier. And I'm going to go up 2 over 1. Now you guys get like the full thing, the full experience. And that was dashed. And it said y is less than. So less than is below. So I know my arrows are going to go like that. Okay, let's do the next one. My vertex is 2, negative 6. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go over 1 up 2, because that's my A value. Over 1 up 6. Because I go 3 times my A value. So that'll look something. And this is going to be dashed. So like our quadratic comes down, and then our linear goes through it. So I want to be greater than the vertex. So I want to know when my y values are greater than. So this is my smallest point of my quadratic. So everything else is going to be above or inside. So our final answer is where they cross. So it's like this shaded section right here. Okay, let's move on to number 4. Okay, so here's number 4, and it's in standard form, but I can actually factor this. And I can actually find my x-intercepts. My x-intercepts are x equals 0 and x equals 4. So I can actually go plot those. So I put a dot here, and then I put a dot on 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, if these are the x-intercepts, the vertex has to be in the middle. So that means that the vertex, the x value of the vertex is 2. And then if I plug in 2, that will be 2 squared minus 8. So 4 minus 8 is negative 4. So there's my vertex. So 2, negative 4, 1, 2, 3. And that's right in the middle. So my graph looks like this. It's going to be dashed. So when you get it in factored form, you graph the x-intercepts and find the vertex. So it looks like this. Okay, I'll pause here for a second. Write down any questions you have, circle things, highlight things. So it says y is less than. I want to know when the y values are smaller than my actual picture. So like here is my smallest y value. And then as I go up, my y values get bigger. So that means the smaller y values must be below and outside the graph. So this is the answer I shade out. Quadratics are either shading inside or outside. So that's what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to erase this, take a moment, pause, and let's start number 5. Okay, so starting on number 5, we have 2 equations. This one's in factored form. So I know my intercepts are 3/2 and x equals negative 4. So let's plot that. This is going to be a little trickier. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1. And then the other one's at 3/2, which is 1.5. So like that's right here. And to find the middle of them, I'm going to do 3/2 plus 4. We're going to do 3/2 minus 4 because we're trying to find the average. And then you get negative 1.25 as the x value. Whoops, I'll write that more clearly. And then the y value, when we plug that in to the equation for x, you get negative 15.125. These aren't all going to be pretty, you guys. So x is negative 1.25. So it's like here. And negative 15 will be like all the way down here. And this is dashed. Okay, there's the whole graph. And then this graph, I'll do in purple. So this vertex is at 0, 0. And my A value is 5. So I'm going to go over 1, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I go, and it'll just get really big. And that's going to be dashed as well. So it's like sitting inside the other graph. So let's talk about shading. The first one says y is less than. So for the black one, it says y is less than. Less than we know is on the outside. The purple one says y is greater than. Greater than would be on the inside. So I'm looking to see where the purple and the black combine the shading, and it's nowhere. So this is no solution. These don't have anything in common. Okay, guys, that is it for this video. Have a great day. Do your video check-in and ask questions to your teacher. Bye.